All right, problem number 7, circles. So again, same thing as always, we get open. Start with our title block. I'm gonna zoom extents here. Just to force a habit to zoom extend so I can look at it, go into model space, do a save as, make sure it's going into my folder. So see, it's going into my drive folder, the ACAD folder, and this one will be problem 7, circles. And you're gonna laugh because we're not gonna actually draw a lot of circles in this one. This one's gonna be a lot of those editing tools. All right, so here we are. We're ready to go. Save time. Crap, no. Set it to 5 because I've saved as, and there we go. So I'm going to start off actually first by drawing, and again, set F8 to ortho on. And I'm not really worried about the size, so I'm going to go back and change it. All right, so I'm starting off by drawing my center lines, and I know that center one is a diameter of 375. So make sure you're using the right one. And see, it's way out, but that's okay. I'll go back and I'll trim as I need to make it look right. Okay, so what I've done is I've got my center lines, and I've got the circle that shows me the center where the circles, the rings essentially are going, is really what we're drawing, the rings that they're going to go around. So they're going to copy an array around it. So we're going to use a polar array command. Polar array command is great because you can draw one thing, and then you can tell it to make X amount of copies, what direction you want it to go, how many of them you need to have, etc. So you can tell it all these different things. The example we're going to use this, of course, is the ring array. I've seen where you needed to use the rectangular array, and I've needed to copy the pier fittings that are used for construction, and I needed to put the exact same pier fitting in multiple places. You could use that. I've seen it where you're used designing restaurants, and they have certain tables or certain sizes, and so they use the polar or their rectangular array to place that same set of table. They draw it once and then tell the machine to do it again, and it'll put it in there, and you can get a kind of idea how many you can put in there, how many you can't put in there. So that's where your array tools come in, and that's what they're used for. So let's start off, and I'm just going to draw the circles here. They have a diameter of 2.25. Crap, I got the wrong spot. That's what I mean. Pay attention to when you're clicking. Make sure you get the right one. There you go. And 1.75. So, and if they look wrong, because for some reason those do look wrong to me, so I'm going to draw them again. Just does not look right. It does not look right at all. Got a diameter of 1.75. It should be smaller than the 2.25. So don't just always assume. Go by your gut and see that looks like it should. Go by your gut. Look at the drawing and look at the two what it's supposed to be. Now I need to get, if I count the number of rings, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a total of 9 rings. I'm going to use the array tool. I'm not doing a rectangle, I'm going to do polar, so I'm going to do that. Yes, you could draw a path, so like if you had a curved wall and you wanted the desks for like a classroom to fall around, that's what you could use that for. And you'll notice is I put my mouse and I hover over it, and if I wait long enough, AutoCAD typically brings up an example showing you how to do it, but we're going to go to polar array. So the first thing it does is AutoCAD, okay, we select what we need to do, and then it says, okay, well, what do you want me to select? You select the objects, which is our circles. Once we're through selecting objects, you hit enter, and then it's going to ask you, where's your center point? What are we going to reference to? So that would be the intersection here in the middle. And then it's going to pull up this interface here, and it's going to ask you a couple of things. So we know that we're going to have a total of 9 of them. And we know that they're going to go all the way around, so that's going to be the 360. If I only want it to go half, I could tell it 180. If I wanted it to go negative, I could negative 180, and it would go the other direction instead. Okay, so it's not what we want to, but it's, you can change it around. We want it to be 360. And I'm going to hit close array. Now, I'm going to just show you. So obviously what we're going to do is to get rid of the parts there in the middle, we just need to hit trim, right? So trim, spacebar, And we go to click on the area, just looking at the example that we want to make to look like, and it's not trimming. And then students get very frustrated and they don't know what they did wrong. And so they go back to trim and they hit spacebar again and they try it, and they try it for about 5 minutes. The key is once you've done an array, it's all one solid object. See what happens when I click on it? It's all one solid. So if you want to do any editing to an array after you've done that, you've got to explode it first. So we're going to go to explode and select it and hit enter. Now trim spacebar, and I can get rid of the parts that need to go away. So then all you're literally going to do is look at the example given to you, and you're going to trim out the parts that need to go away so that it looks like the problem given. And I am obviously not going to show you how to do all those because that's just a waste of time, but I'm going to go jump and do that, and I'm going to come back so you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm literally looking, paying close attention to what needs to go, what doesn't need to go, so I can make these interlocking or weaving rings. Alright, so I've done all the trimming to get my rings, and when I do my zoom extents, I see this. The reason I see this is because it's so large to begin with. So I am going to make it smaller. And the quickest, easiest way to do that is to simply draw a circle on the outside, hit your trim spacebar, and trim it up. Not that complicated. Now in a zoom extents, it's just the drawing, right? Okay, so now we want to get our drawing from paper space into model space. So again, I go back, I'm going to change the layer to border, I'm going to go to layout, rectangular, rectangular, corner to corner. Not that hard. So you're going to get into the habit of using the viewports. Do not, for the love of God, copy paste your drawings, okay? Left click so that activates it, right click properties, and make sure that your scale is correct. Because see, right now it says it's 0.91. I want a 1:1. I want a plain Jane, one scale. All right, and I'm gonna hit the escape key so it's no longer active. And remember, if you need to move it around, if it's not centered right, double left click on the inside of the drawing here, hold the scroll wheel in the middle of your mouse down, move it around to where it needs to go. Once you get it where you need it to go, double left click on the outside of the gray to deactivate the viewport. All right, let's do some dimensioning. So put it on the dimension layer, and then I'll look at it. What do I need to do? Well, truthfully, I only need to dimension 3 things, and they are all diameter, so this is really hard. Hit the enter key again. I'm going to come over here and pick one of these rings here and here. There we go. I'm also going to check my LT scale right now, and I'm going to look and see what it looks like, because right now it's at 1, and let's look at it at 0.5. So sometimes you have to like change that line scale around and see which one looks best. And I actually think the 0.5 is the most realistic, so I'm going to leave this one at the 0.5 for my line tip scale. All right, so what I need to do now is I need to change the title, I need to change the name, I need to change the date, I need to change scale, I need to change all that. So I need to change the title of it to problem number 7, circles. I need to change the class number, I need to change professor, I need to change all that. I need to change the points for this one. It's only worth 50 points because it's a pretty easy drawing. I need to change name, etc. So double click. So remember, again, you just double left click on it, it'll activate it. Go in and type in whatever it needs to be. Double, or actually just move your mouse to the outside and click. Don't hit enter, click to the outside. All right, then you would go in and you would go to File, again, Save As, save it in the right places to make sure you haven't lost it. So do a Save As, File, Print out, give me a hard copy, and then you'll log into Blackboard and you'll submit this for me to grade. All right, congratulations, you just did circles. See, you can do this.